The point of living in the present moment and surrendering to the now is that everything is fine as it is, you know. And as I said, as I usually say, you don't deal with your problems in your thought, you deal with your problems through clarity, and thoughts are the tools that are needed then to create something out of it. As I said earlier, thoughts build structures. So the point is not that you want to avoid the downs and go only up in life. The point is that you know very, very, very well, deeply, that it exists of duality. Down is up disguised and up is down disguised. They're one and the same, and you cannot get away from that. The only way to get away from that is to accept both the up and the down in its totality. You cannot push one thing and crave only the other. Look, it's time to go up now. So up and down, up and down. Stay with what you're dealing with in the moment. Be where you are. Work when you work, play when you play. That's the way to be happy and gay. Gay was an old English word which meant happy also. Now it means something else. So, yeah. If you are calm and quiet and taking time in solitude, you will know, I'm checking for leeches, you will know that you get so many insights, so much clarity from spending time in nature, in solitude, and sometimes your thought processes improve. Sometimes you have an insight but you don't have clarity, and that insight over time gains clarity as well. So all the intelligence, everything is you. You are that. It is in you. You cannot operate from a place of lack. If you operate from a place of wholesomeness, then you see how quickly life begins to appear wholesome, which is what the word healing actually means, to return to wholeness. So you are whole. The mind takes you away. You can get back by reclaiming the now. And even in the now, when you're having thoughts, if you know that you are in the now and the thoughts are about past and future, none of them exist right now. The now exists. You have better chances to deal with those thoughts because you've given the supremacy to the now, not to the thoughts. And the other thing is to think well, think deep enough, understand how rational work, how reason works, learn to understand how 2 + 2 becomes 4. And then so if you have dealt with your thoughts, if you have made sense of life in the thought realm also, now you're fine navigating between the two worlds, the world of now and the world of thinking. When you're stuck in thinking, you can use your own thinking to get out of your overthinking. And when you are enjoying the now, enjoy the now. What else do you want? You will not be able to enjoy the now also if you keep on thinking that there is something that you will receive in life that belongs to the future now. You don't know that. You can strive for that, for fun, for play, for just a challenge for yourself. But all this is just a play. Whatever heights you have to reach in life, you're already there. However high you want to go, you should know that you're already high. You're already hanging somewhere in the galaxy. You are exactly where you need to be at any given time, and it's the same point repeating again and again, that you have to know that all is here, all is now, because there is nothing else. When you start to gain clarity from a few different perspectives, it gets easier for you to just be, to just simply be, and let happen what happens, and let come what comes, and let go what goes. Because before that thing comes or goes, during that thing stays, and when it leaves, your inner rhythm remains the same, or it fluctuates slightly and you get back to your inner rhythm. Trust your center, the centerless center, because there isn't an entity sitting inside, which is the center. It is only a psychological center. In reality, there are no centers. It's just one big hole with all of us playing a separate game while nothing really is separate. It is the illusion of the senses. On the third morning of my hike, what I'm thinking right now is that you need to keep that phone away. You need to stop going for cheap dopamine hits. It kills your creativity. It makes you so lazy and lethargic and uninspired and uncreative. So, if you are a creator, if you create something using social media and not consume, then at least you get something out of it. You build a community, maybe you make a side income, maybe you use YouTube to learn something and stick to very specific channels and not you treat it like a place which is filled with millions of options, but consciously engage with it. Because if you don't do that, then you have all these grand ideas of being somebody, doing something, creating something, fulfilling your desires, following your inner calling, but they remain in the head because you just can't act, because the energy that needed to be used for the act was used for scrolling and hopelessly checking your emails and WhatsApp and Instagram and whatnot. So leave that phone away and give yourself time to get really bored, really uncomfortable with yourself, so that as your emotions and your thoughts process without the aid of any specific tool, you get to have thoughts that you were not having before. You get to have ideas that you were not having because you didn't have space for those ideas. So keep that phone away and focus on living as clean as possible. Define your clean, whatever makes you feel your best when you wake up in the morning. These stairs are not leaving me. Because when you feel good in your body, in your head, man, it's another level. Nothing can be compared with an excellent, healthy body and mind. It is the greatest wealth a human being can have. Because then if you fall down and crumble, you can get up and rise again. But if you don't have the energy, if you have taken the voice of the society in your head that now you're old, now you're supposed to have less energy, now you're supposed to not do what you did in your 20s, all of that, you will start to believe it's true. But don't be deaf to what society tells you. Listen to the inner voice. Let it tell you what you need to hear. You know? Life is short and long at the same time. And I wish you that you make the best out of it. What else can I wish for you? Our problem is that we don't want to get bored. But you have to allow yourself to be bored. You have to totally accept that boredom, monotony is a part of our lives and serves a purpose. Boredom is the rest that your senses need, that your body and mind need. You don't have to fill every gap with something. Do not act obsessively. Not choosing to act is also a choice. So choose wisely. You will free up so much of your time and so much of your energy by just staying away from your phone for hours in a row And it gets better with time, you know. It gets better if you are focused on your path. What do I want? What is the most important thing I need to do today? What would be the best use of my time today or right now? What is something that I'm resisting today? Can I go after it? What is something that I'm avoiding to do by doing all the other things, but not the thing that I must do?